How's it going? Hope you're well and welcome to Whisky Wins with me, Stuart. Today, something a little different from the usual. It's a blind tasting. Now, I've done blind tastings before, but usually they're live, so I can't really squirm my way out of anything. And usually it's between Stevie and I, my girlfriend's dad, who set them up, so we send each other blind samples. But this time I've been kindly sent some samples all the way from Croatia from Kresimir. Now, you may know him, he's a fellow barfly, he's participates in a lot of Roy's streams, Aquaviti streams, he's all over the whisky community really, and he's quite good at these sort of things, or at least he's good at sniping on Roy's quizzes and things like that, so I'm pretty sure he'd be good at a blind setup, and I think I might need to send him one back. But anyway, he sent these, I've opened the package up. He sent some samples, they've got little coloured dots on them. Here we go. So we have blue, green, yellow or orange, red and pink. I've got 5 glasses just to basically make sure I don't use the same glass, don't have to wash it out. And he's also gave little envelopes. The only thing about the envelopes is they're not sealed. They're all not sealed. There's no sticker, kind of tamper-proof sticker. No, they've not been licked or anything. Which is probably good with COVID and that. But they're just kind of pushed in the back there. So unfortunately, you're going to have to trust me with this. You're going to have to trust my honesty, my genuineness, and hopefully trust that I don't cheat. You'll probably find out that I've not anyway, because I'm going to be absolutely rubbish at this. I shouldn't really do whisky things, comment on whisky, because I don't think I'm the best at blinds. I do alright here and there, but I know my collection, I kind of know Stevie's collection, so it's easier when it's that collection, but not someone else's, or a random one. So let's get down to it, we'll get straight down to the first envelope. I can't remember if Kresimir told me I was to message him before I opened the first envelope. He might have. My memory's terrible. I've got the worst memory in the world. So the first envelope, maybe I'll just sneak a peek at it. So you can see number 1 there. So maybe I'll just take a sneak at it just in case. No. So Stuart blind tasting. Let's kick it off. You know the drill. Place the coloured dots onto glasses. I did not know that. So place the coloured dots onto the glasses, right. So I probably should have done this beforehand. I think I probably will know which is which, but anyway, I'll do this quickly and I might cut the video so that they're on. I think I can do it quite quick. So pour the drams, nose and taste them, make some notes that might help you later on in the blind tasting. After you're done with the tasting, rank them from your favourite to least favourite. I've put the coloured dots on top and at the bottom, just in case one falls off. You can message me as you progress through the tasting. So yeah, maybe that's what he said, but I did tell him I was going to record a video for it, just to put myself on the spot, put me under pressure, and also kind of test my, test my blind tasting, my nose. So, what did they say? Nose and taste them, take some notes. I'm not really going to take some notes, I think I'll just talk through them, so this might be a bit of a lengthy video, so if you want to try and skip ahead you can. So yeah, I would take some notes, but I'll talk through them, tell you what I'm getting roughly, and at the end we can see if that matches up at all to what they actually are. So put the dots, blah blah blah. After you're done with the tasting, rank them from your favourite to least favourite. So that should be easy, favourite to least favourite. So when do I open this one? Number 2. Did I taste them first? Yeah, what I'll do is I'll get them in the glasses. Oh no, they've got tape around them and everything. I'm so unprepared. This is unbelievable. But anyway, I'm going to need to probably cut this and come back when I'm actually... Tell you what, there was no way these were going to leak. Right, so there's pink. Yeah, we'll taste them first. So we'll start with blue. So we're starting with blue. This is a bit, it's a bit smoky. Let me just smell. Ooh. Yeah, this has got to be like an Islay or something. It's a bit smoky, a bit, I think a little bit peat. But it's quite light, quite subtle. It's not, it feels like one of the more subtly peated Islas. Oh, it smells really nice though. I don't think it's that high ABV. Quite the legs are quite short on it. There's not a lot of attack on the nose, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of depth to the nose. I mean, peated, coastal, possibly Islay. This has got to be something like that. But it's a subtle Islay, so I don't know if is it Bunnahabhain that do like kind of subtle peat, light peat, or Kalila. So I think Kalila sometimes have like a kind of. In fact, no, Kalila are quite strong in peat. Could it be one of the big ones? Could it be like Ardbeg, Lagavulin, or Bowmore, or? I don't think it's Ardbeg. I'm not entirely certain it's Bowmore. It doesn't seem like it's, I mean, compared to that one, the colour doesn't scream to me Bowmore. I mean, I would say more colour. It's not like the peat that Ardbeg has. It's not as peaty as Lagavulin or Rathfroig. But yeah, that's what, just on the nose, that's what I'd roughly, I think it's an Islay. I think it's a softly peated, nice light Islay. Green now, that's weird. That's soft. It's almost like, is it brandy? It's like maybe a brandy finished. It's quite aromatic, quite fruity, quite almost hoppy. It's quite kind of jumpy. It's yeah, it's not very, I don't know if, it's not spirity. Spirity is not the right word. It's quite excitable almost. Not sure what that is. It's sweet, very sweet. It does remind me of like a brand. Is it brandy? I'm terrible with things like brandy, wine. It's not like a wine finish, but it could be a certain finish. So that's green. I think that's all I can kind of. I don't want to take too long with this, but I don't want to rush it as well. Yeah, I keep thinking brandy. Like a brandy cream. Right, we'll move on. I think I've had enough time with that. This one's orange or yellow. Let me just see if there's any. If it says orange or yellow. Nah, it doesn't say what the colour is. I mean, it's probably orange. I'm probably just colourblind. Oh, this is fruity. A bit. Maybe like malted loaf. Or just loaf, like bread. There's a kind of stewed smell maybe? Stewed berries or stewed fruit? Stewed berries, it's not like fruit, like big fruit, it's berries, it's small fruit. It's almost buttery as well. Another soft one on the nose. These have all been quite soft. Not high ABV or anything like that. not that I've experienced yet. I don't know if I should. I feel like there might need to be an order to drink these in, or possibly not. I don't want to go for end up drinking a high ABV one and throw myself off, or drink a peated one and throw myself off. But yeah, this is very soft. This is yeah, it's actually quite nice. Orange, fruit tart. I said cappuccino. Did I say cappuccino? Like a kind of soft coffee, frothed milk. Right, I think that's enough time on that one. Next we have red. And that's weird. Once again, soft on the nose. Nothing, not like a high ABV whiskey. This one's kind of thrown me a bit. I feel like I could say that was Isla. That was Speyside, or Speyside. I'm saying, with those nice fruity notes. I've not tasted it yet, but this is. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. I don't know what this is. This is it's soft, it's delicate. It feels like there's a lot going on. It feels like it's probably quite complex. If that makes it feels like I need more time with it. It feels like I probably should have sat down. Sorry, I've got a bit of tape on me. Probably could have sat down and took some notes, but obviously I haven't. I just broke the seals on these. Although, yeah, I think there's like jammy. I want to say jammy Dodgers. Yeah, it's sticky as well, kind of like this one here. That brand. These are quite similar. Oh no, they're not. I'm completely wrong. They are not. No, they're not similar at all. One of them. Oh no, this one's now like smoked bacon now. Going from this to this. This is almost like cleaning my nose. Yeah, this is really nice now. Oh yeah, that's like those bacon crisps you get. I think they're called Frazzles, possibly. Anyway, back to red. Yeah, this, although it seems kind of complex, it seems like there's a lot of kind of harsh. No, it's hard to pick out the scents. It's possibly young. There is like a grassy element to it, a kind of acidic. Pineapple cubes. But it's still quite, I don't know if it's soft or harsh. My nose is not made up yet. See, that's not harsh. That's weird. That's so fruity. That's just smoke. Does its bacon. And this one's just all over the place for me. I feel like it's hard to tie something down for certain on that one, so I'm going to move on. And the last one is pink. Apricot. Quite hay. This could be possibly something along the more lines that out of them so far, this seems like something I'd be keen to drink. This seems a lot more in line with what I'd probably buy or drink. It's a little, as I take the scent in through the nose, it catches my throat a little. So I think it's higher ABV. Yeah, I think it's high ABV. The legs are long, very, very long. Quite thin, but they are long. Yeah, hay, apricot. There's a little funk about it, a little bit of just a little bit of a funkiness. Yeah, I could probably spend more time with this and pick out a lot of things. It's not necessarily dirty, just funky. Not like sulphuric or anything, just a funky fruit, a funky fruity whiskey. Yeah, so I think I've spent enough time in the noses. Fruity again, I think that's Speyside. Although this could be throwing me off, it could be, because there is a funk there, it could be a Campbelltown. It doesn't, it's not peated, it's not like a, it could be hazel, no it's not Hazelburn. Yeah, this has got a funk. The only other thing I had, I think it was a Long Morn. I think that's what Matt, the Worm Tub, gave to us on a blind once. Oh, he also sent us blinds. And I think it gives a Long Morn, and I thought it was possibly, had a Campbelltown feel about it. It was a Speyside, it was funky. So this is similar, so could this be like a Long Morn? Was it a Long Morn and gave me? I'm sure it was. Yeah, this is funky, definitely Speyside, I think, fruity. So I think we've got Islay. I think this is like a brandy finish. Not sure what the hell that is. But I think it could be a brandy finish. Not sure what region. I think that's Speyside. I think that's Speyside. And I think this one is all over the place. So at least I think yellow or orange is Speyside, blues, Islay, and pink I think is Speyside as well. I'll get down to tasting, I suppose. I was going to open note 2, but that might give away some stuff. So I'll get down to some tasting. We'll start with, in fact, I won't start with that because I think it's peated, I think it's Islay. We'll start with this one, because this one's really thrown me, it's obscure, the brandy in it. It's not whiskey. Or is it? No, that can't be whiskey. No, that can't be whiskey. You cheeky little... That can't be whiskey. If this is whiskey, I'm going to quit YouTube and quit my social media if this is bloody whiskey. It's green. This is the green one. I don't know what this is. The brandy butter smell. I don't drink brandy. I think I've had maybe one brandy. I don't drink wine, really. I only drink wine and whiskey. Same with brandy. What other things do you get in whiskey? I don't drink... I don't know if they've done tequila yet. I don't drink bourbon, really. I don't think it's bourbon, it's not as harsh as bourbon, although it has got that lovely dark colouring that bourbon always has. Probably from colouring added. This looks like it could have colouring added, whatever it is. I don't drink any other fortified wine like sherry, it's not sherry. What other things are there? Port. Doesn't seem as deep and rich as port. It's just very, there's no mouthfeel on that, but it's nice. There's like tea, green tea, possibly more honeyed. It's it's just very, it feels very flat, very watery. I'm not sure what the ABV is, I don't think it's high. I don't think it's whiskey. Don't think it's aged. The finish, we'll just do the taste and the finish. The finish is away, like straight away. It's kind of herbally, like I said, that green tea. I'm not sure what it could be. I don't know spirits well enough to guess what it could be. But I want to say, my initial thoughts was brandy, so I'm going to say brandy. Whether brandy is right or not. So that's green. What do I want to go for next? So that was a nice fruity one. Oh no, that wasn't fruity. That was all over the place. We'll go for the all over the place one. So I'll try and keep these in order. So this is the red one. So we'll give this a bash. Oh, what? Oh. What the hell? Are you smelling it now? It's even thrown me off the scent now, the smell. Tasting it's made the smell worse. It's like a... Oh. I don't know what that is. I'm not in... The taste, initially there was like a horribly unpalatable taste, and then it came through and it was nice and sweet and it was actually quite nice. Second taste around, horrible, unpalatable. Longer you hold it in your mouth, the better it gets actually. But it's young. It doesn't tie. It's all over the place. It's the same as the nose. This is red. It's the same as the nose, all over the place. I can't tie it down to a region. I don't even know if that's whiskey. That might not even be whiskey. This tasted more like... Did it? No, I don't think it did. That's a nice palate cleanser actually to that. That's, I don't know if that's whiskey or if that's possibly, could it be something like, oh, I don't know. I think it's, I feel like it could be like a knockoff whiskey. Like, I feel like he's just trying to trip me up now. That's not whiskey, and that could be, see if, see if both these are whiskies. That tastes like something that I've had from a foreign country, out with Scotland, out with like Sweden, India. The country's known for making whiskey. It could be like a cheap Japanese whiskey. There's just something very off-putting about that. It's all over the place, and pardon me, cheap. There's something cheap about it. Something just not right about that. I think I'm going to move on to this one. So this is orange, and I believe yellow or orange, and I believe this one was fruity. Yeah, and I thought it was Speyside. I still think it's Speyside. So the palate. A lot more pleasant. Definitely a whiskey. It's very buttery. Toast. Toasted loaf. I think I got bread or something like that on the nose. It's quite weird. The water's not really cleaning my palate that much, but yeah, it's buttery. It's soft. It's delicate. I'm not going to say it's smooth. I'm not going to say it's smooth. I'm not going to say it's smooth. It's enjoyable. Like I said, it's buttery, toasted. So just a bread and a toaster and then butter smothered on it once it's actually toasted. It's nice and crunchy, malty, yeah, buttery. There's more, I think I got in the palate, sorry, on the nose, like an orange. There is sort of orange in the mouth, but I feel like the prominent characteristic of this is like buttered toast. Some sort of currants. Possibly, I don't think it's red, it's like black currants. Maybe raisins or something like that. Could this be rum? Something done in rum? Blackcurrant raisins is usually what I get from rum, or rum kind of finished whiskies. But yeah, I think it's Speyside. ABV, I think it's low ABV-ish. I can't give a, what do I think that is? I think that's low. I think that's going to be under 40 or 40. I think that's, God, that was harsh. I don't know what that is ABV-wise. I think this is more ABV than that. So I think the yellow or orange could be maybe 43, 46, 43, 46 possibly. I don't know if it's aged. I'm not very good with ages. I just know if I like a whiskey regardless of age, so I don't know if I can try and guess the age. I don't think it's old. I don't think it's, could be 18-year-old. It's quite smooth. It's quite delicate, quite refined. I'm not going to say smooth. So it could be 18, but then again it could just be like a young whiskey with a lot of water in it. Like I said, 43, 46%. I'm enjoying it. So I'm enjoying that so far. It's nice. We'll move on to this one, which is pink. Once again, I think it's another Speyside. I think it's high ABV, and I think it's something that I'm more acclimated to, more accustomed to. Yeah, like something I would probably buy. So we'll give this a bash. That's possibly cask strength. It's definitely got that cask feel about it. Oily. Draws your cheeks in just a little, but not too much. A little bitter, a little tannins, a little oak, possibly some cherry, some almonds, a nice nutty almond, a nuttiness to it. It's quite light. I think it's bourbon. It's not too creamy. There's a little bit of spiciness. And I always associate spiciness with Highland whiskies, but I'm sticking by this. I still think it's a Speyside. There's not, so there's fruits there. I mean, there's some apricot possibly, but I think I got apricot in the nose. It's just a really nice mouthfeel. A really nice mouthfeel. Coating, lots of flavour, lots of depth. It's changing, and I think that is the cask strength and my love for cask strength. If it is cask strength, but it feels cask strength to me. That it feels watery now compared to that. Although not as watery as that. That just seemed, that this thing here seemed flat. This one seemed to have more taste, a little bit more depth, but still watery. And this just seems like it's full of flavour, full pack. So, Speyside, apricot, cask strength, fruity, tannins, oak, a little bitter, a little drying, a little almond. Enjoying that, nice, finishes long, it's going on, continuing, a lot of good things there. I probably should have took notes so I could refer to them and say what I've already said, but I'm sure my noggin should remember it. So we'll go on to what I think now is the Islay, which is blue. I think this is an Islay, although it's a really soft Islay. Yeah, I'm getting like smoked. I had smoked salmon this morning, and this is what the smell reminds me of. It's not the salmon part, it's like the smoked part. So it's not smoked fish, but it's the smoked flavour, the smoked scent you get on the fish. It's a very specific smoked smell. It's not just smoke, if that makes sense. Yeah, this is nice on the nose. Wasn't expecting that. Very soft, very withheld. It's delicate again. It's got to be below 46%, 40, maybe 43. So that's blue. There's more. There's now like a coastal flavour, more coastal sea salt. It kind of reminds me of like scallops or some kind of shellfish. Shellfish with a peat. The peat's there. The peat's evident in the palate. I mean, it's there in the nose, but it's more like smoke on the nose, maybe a peat smoke, rather than a peat scent, just per se, whereas the palate has got a nice kick of peat. So I'm confident this is an Islay. I mean, these two saying these are possibly Speyside, and this one not being whiskey, and that one possibly not being whiskey. I don't think that's whiskey, I don't think that's whiskey, and I think these two are Speysides. But I'm most confident in this being an Islay. With it regards to being soft peat, I think it could be a delicate Islay like Bunnahabhain, or the Bruichladdich do quite. They have Octomore, which is heavily peated. I think Bruichladdich are quite. Yeah, Bruichladdich are quite subtle. I'm just trying to think if I've got any Bruichladdich. I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't think I have any Bruichladdich. I mean, I've had it. But yeah, it's like a Bruichladdich or a Bunnahabhain. It's very subtle with the peat, very soft. I don't think it's Ardbeg. I don't think it's Lagavulin, Beaumont, Laphroaig. I don't think it's one of the heavy hitters like Khalil or something like that. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. So for me, I would say pink would be my number one. Number two is a toss-up between blue and orange. I think because it's Islay, I probably will how's this going to look to you? Yeah, so I'll probably put blue second, just because it's Isla and I do like a bit of Isla. Then the next Speyside orange, whatever that is. Then this one definitely last, and this one fourth. So this is just, see, the nose is back to being quite pleasant. It's not that bad. But it's almost, I don't think it can't be whiskey. There's nothing there. It's all over the place. There's something not right with that. It doesn't sit right with me. If he's throwing 2 non-whiskies in here, swear to God, I will fly over to Kresimir just so he can watch me cry right in front of him when I find out these are actually whiskies. See that now? This is woody. There's like pencil shavings on this one now. The green. I don't think it's whiskey. It's something else. So I should never have done this blind thing. I'm terrible at it. Yeah. So I'll go for the second envelope and see what that's got to say. Let's see. Envelope 2, first clues. Find a €5 cheap blended Scotch. It's got to be one of these two. It's got to be. One of them's not. Well, I suppose it's. I was going to say one of them's not whiskey, or both of them are not whiskey, but then one of them has to be a blended Scotch. It's got to be one of them. Find 11-year-old single malt. Oh, Jesus Christ. Find an 11-year-old single malt. Find a 14-year-old single malt. Find a 17-year-old single malt, and find a non-Scotch. So he has thrown a non-Scotch in there. So one of these, I think that's how I'll do it. I'll decide which one's whiskey and which one's not, and then that'll probably be the easiest way. So we've got pink, red. Can't be whiskey. So I was saying brandy with this, like a brandy finished whiskey, something like that. It's just so much nicer. Green. But do I think it's whiskey? I'm not sure. I'm gonna go ahead with the colour of it. I think there's colouring added to it. If this was a blend, surely they would add colour to it. Surely. So I'm gonna say red's the non-Scotch. Can you see them? Red's the non-Scotch. Green's the cheap blend. And maybe it's been finished in brandy, God knows. And what else have we got? Find 11-year-old. Find the 11-year-old. So what's this? This is orange. This is the fruity Speyside, we'll call it. Find 11-year-old. Would it make sense just to do? Would it make sense just to do 1, 2, and 3? My favourite. Go 17, 14, and 11. Does that make sense? Because usually the older the better. I know. I won't do it. Right. So this is a cash strength for me. They wouldn't do it wouldn't be a cash strength at 17-year-old, would it? That would be extortionate. Could be 14-year-old, could be 11-year-old. I think it's more likely going to be 11-year-old. That's got to be an 11-year-old at cash strength, because 14, you're still paying a good. You're still paying a bit of money for a 14-year-old cash strength. Not that I'm saying Kresimir's cheap, but it's a blind tasting, and I don't want to think of him out of pocket. I'm going to say that is the 11-year-old. Number 1 cash strength. I think it's 11-year-old. Now out of these two, what did we say? Isla and Speyside. So Isla. What Islas are there that are 14-year-old? What Islas are there that are 17-year-old? Is there a 17-year-old Ardbeg? No, I don't think it's any of them. Is there a 17-year-old Buna, Bruichladdich? There's got to be like a 14-year-old Buna or Bruichladdich, isn't there? There's not many 17-year-old Islas, is there? Right. 14-year-old is the blue. That means 17-year-old, which makes sense because this is quite delicate, quite soft. I think it's quite refined. So a 17-year-old whiskey's had that time to refine, that time to get to the perfect point in the distiller's mind, the blender's mind. So that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say 11. I'm going to say 14 for the Islay, 17 for the Speyside. This is the cheap blend, and that's the non-Scotch, surely. Right, so number 3, there's no point in showing you the back because, like I said, it's not actually sealed. So number 3, envelope number 3. Let's get through this. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I've got plenty of whiskey left. Envelope 3, more clues. Can you identify the drink that is not whiskey at all? Wait, didn't we just see a non-Scotch? Find a non-Scotch. Can you identify the drink that is not whiskey at all? So it's got to be that one. Can you identify the whiskey from the Islay region? Yes, definitely. I can definitely do that. Can you identify the 3-year-old Scotch whiskey? Well, I've already said that this is 11. That's 14. This is 17. So that's got to be the 3-year-old. 3-year-old whiskey. Can you identify the whiskey from the Speyside region? Yeah, them. Can you identify the whiskey from the Highland region? Damn it. So one of them's Highland and one of them's Speyside. Shoot gar. Jesus. How, I mean, I usually associate, which one did I say was spicy? I usually associate like a spiciness with Highland, and the more fruity in character, I decide that's Speyside, but these are rather fruity. You got apricot, you got like fruit tart. So this is pink on my right and orange on my left. Probably the other way around to you. So the 11-year-old that I'm assuming and the 17-year-old. And I just splashed a bit of whiskey in my eye. God, what one's Highland, what one's Speyside? I think I'm going to have to just guess. I mean, it's really tasty. That's got a nip to it, but I think that's a cask strength. But you could also think that might be a Highland, 'cause it's got a bit of pepperiness. God damn it, this video's going to be 2 hours long. Nutty, fruity. Nutty, fruity, nutty, fruity. What's Blair Athol? Blair Athol's a Highland, Blair Athol's nutty. Let's just go by that logic that this is the Highland and this is the Speyside. And I think I initially said this was the Speyside because of how fruity it was. So I'm going to say, from that last note, that pink is the Highland and orange is the Speyside. And the reason why is because the pink is nice and nutty. So I'm obviously not wrong. Fourth note. Let's get to the fourth note before we get to the final note. I can't believe how dark it's getting outside. So, envelope 4, semi-blind. I like the word semi. These are the drinks you just nosed and tasted. Now try to match what is in the glasses with this reveal. Linkwood 11. It's got to be the first one. It's got to be the first one. I'm sure I said that was 11-year-old because it was cask strength. Had to be young. That's got to be the 11-year-old. Is that Linkwood? Is it charred? I don't think it's charred. Did I say there was a smokiness to it? A little smoke? Or what was that with that one? I think that's the Linkwood 11. It's got to be. So that's not a Highland. I'm pretty sure Linkwood's a Speyside. Bowmore 17. Bowmore 17. Is that the White Sands? This, it doesn't say what it is. It just says Bowmore 17. So I do know there's a Bowmore 17 White Sands, and it's quite a delicate, peated whiskey. So I got that age wrong. I thought that was a 17. I'll hopefully do a cool edit where it shows everything. So that's Bowmore 17. Queen Margaret, 3-year-old, $5 cheap blended Scotch. So I think that's this one. I think that was that one. I'm guessing Queen Margaret. Oh no 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 no! I've made a booby here, haven't I? So I've just read below. So Glenmorangie Quinta Rubin, 14-year-old. I think Glenmorangie Quinta Rubin's rum. So that would explain the raisins and the currants, I think I said. So it's not, it is a Speyside, no, it's Highland. So that's Highland, that's Speyside. So I got them two mixed up. Got the age wrong. But I think I got the rum. So that's Glenmorangie Quinta Rubin, 14. Anyway, what I read below was Hennessy versus Cognac. Brandy. Is one of them brandy? Or are they both cognac? I don't know what Hennessy is. Is Hennessy brandy? I now think this is not the cheap Scotch. I now think this is because I've basically got the answer given to me. This has to be Hennessy versus cognac. That's got to be something, yeah. So I thought it was brandy, like a brandy finished whiskey, a brandy cheap blend or something, like a brandy finished whiskey cheap blend, if you get that. So this is the Queen Margaret, 3-year-old, €5 cheap blended Scotch. I don't know if I've seen any good reviews about this or not, but this is absolutely terrible. I am not afraid to say that. It is stinking. The nose, it doesn't seem too bad, but then there's nothing there. It's all over the place. It's just not nice. As soon as you take a drink, the nose just goes awry. It just goes horrible. So Linkwood 11, definitely. Bowmore 17, Glenmorangie, Quinta Rubin, Hennessy versus Cognac, and Queen Margaret 3-year-old. So let's see if we got them right. So I'm saying Linkwood's pink, Bowmore's blue, Glenmorangie's orange. See what he did there. Green's Hennessy versus Cognac, and red's the cheap blend. So the final envelope, whatever. Let's see. Blue, Bowmore. So yeah, I did say. Put the Isla to the second. Pink, Linkwood 11, Speyside. I did say, yeah, pink. Orange, Glenmorangie, yeah, or Glenmorangie. Green, Hennessy versus Cognac. And red, the Queen Margaret 3-year-old, €5 cheap blended Scotch. Hope you enjoyed the tasting. So the Linkwood was 58.7%, so I'm assuming that's cask strength. So I hope I got that right. I think I got the region wrong. I think I got the age right. I got the cask strength. I got the age. What did I say? Did I say it was Speyside and then changed to Highland? I can't remember, but I think I got the region wrong. I think I got I didn't know what the ABV was, but I'm sure it was cask strength. I knew it was 11, so I think I got the age. The Bowmore, I got that it was Isla. Didn't get a distillery. 43%. I can't remember what I said. Did I say 40 to 46 possibly, or I'm not sure. But I would never have guessed it was Bowmore. It's quite subtle for a Bowmore, and it doesn't look like it's got that much colouring in it for a Bowmore. I feel like Bowmore's more like that colour. So Glenmorangie, I think I said that was Speyside. 46%. I think I said 43, 46 possibly. So hopefully I got that right. Didn't get the region right and did not get the age right. I thought that was 17 and that was 14, so I got them two middled up. The Hennessy versus Cognac, I thought that was a cheap whiskey, the cheap blend. So I thought that was a 3-year-old. It's 40%, so yeah, quite soft, quite delicate. and the Queen Margaret. I can't remember if that's Aldi or Lidl, but that's 40% and it's 3-year-old. So I thought that was probably the non-Scotch, just because of how bad it was, and because this was a kind of nice. It had a nice taste. It still does have a nice taste. It's actually quite a nice drink. Maybe I need to invest in cognac and whatever Hennessy is. I think it's cognac, surely. Maybe I need to invest in that. But yeah, that was quite nice. So I thought that was whiskey, maybe matured in brandy or something. But yeah, hopefully I done okay. I'm not sure. We'll need to replay this, or I'll need to replay this, edit it, and see what the script is. See if I done good. If I done good, or if I done I don't know what I'm doing. I think I've had a bit much, or if I done terrible. But we shall see. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully, hopefully I've done well. Thanks to Kresimir for doing all this. I definitely need to return the favour and give you some stinkers to choose from, some non-Scotchies to throw you off the scent. But this was a good setup. I like the fact that there was an isle in there, Speyside and Highland, two quite kind of similar regions almost. And yeah, the Hennessy, cognac, and the Queen Margaret, that just threw me right off. But brilliant. It was a good test, good little exercise. So thanks for watching. I've been Stuart. This has been Whisky Whims. I'll see you later.